Okay, so in this video we're going to have a look at the first type of data, which is a string. So I'm just going to set my program up and I'm going to put in here string data types as my heading and the date, which is the 27th of the 9th, 21. Okay, so when we talk about a string, what we mean is a collection of characters. So it could be things like letters, numbers and symbols. Any order, any collection of them, doesn't matter. So a string could be like the word hello, it could be password 1, it could be something like your email address, where it's @synergymat.co.uk. It could also be some of those like autofill passwords, you know, when you sometimes sign up to a new account and it says use the suggested password and it has like a million different characters that don't make any sense. They're not going to be easy to remember, but that would be a string as well because it's lots and lots of characters. Okay, and the important thing to remember in Python is that a string is always surrounded by speech marks. Okay, so whenever we talk about a string, it always has speech marks around it. So as the first example, we could have something like name equals, and then I'm going to put in here Billy. Okay, that is the first example of a string. We could then have something like address equals, and then we could have 12 School Road. Okay, you'll see that it's also got some numbers in there, but because it's in speech marks, it's part of a string. Okay, and then we could even have something like email equals, and then we could have billy@readfromhigh.com. And password, for example, could be another one. So password equals, and this one could be something like capital P A, and then it could be like 2 6 exclamation mark Z full stop, all sorts. Okay, I'm just going to carry on pressing things, but that could be a password. Anything that's in speech marks. Okay, so if it's in speech marks, it is going to be a string. Okay, now if I wanted to make sure that when the user types something in, it's always a string, so it's always a word, what we can do is we can make sure the data type is set as a string when we get them to input. So to do that, if I wanted them to input their name, I could do name equals input what is your name. Okay, now that would usually ask them for their name. Now to make it a little bit more specific and state the data type, what we can do is we can put str in front of the input with a bracket. Okay, and that will make sure it is definitely a string. Okay, it must be a word or must be in speech marks, and that's important when you then do things like print, because certain things will only print out a string, or certain things will only print out integers. For example, like maths, that will only perform maths equations on integers or float numbers. It won't perform a maths equation on a string, so we have to make sure it's specific. Okay, so because we have now put the word str in front and we've put an extra bracket, we just need to check that our syntax is correct. So we've got one bracket at the beginning, we've now got 2 brackets we've opened at the beginning, we've only got 1 that we've closed at the end. So if I put another one at the end to close, that should work, and then I'm going to put underneath here print name. Okay, so if I now run this, it says what is your name, so I'm going to put in here Mr. Hubbard, press enter, and it will then print out my name. Okay, now if I accidentally missed out my end bracket here, okay, I'm actually going to just delete these lines here because we don't actually need them for the moment. But if I missed out this bracket here, so I've got 2 at the beginning but 1 at the end, and this is a common error that lots of people get. When I press run, it will then say here there is an error or invalid syntax on line 5. Now if we look at line 5, there's not actually an error there. Okay, the little arrow is pointing to the beginning of the P for print. So what I would recommend is you always go back and check the end of the last line as well. So go back and have a look. Alright, and then obviously if we put our second close bracket in and run it now, you will then see that it works as it should. Okay, so that is all to do with the string data types. In the next video, we're going to look at integers and whole numbers.